Wow. I feel very off-centered. What happened?
Yeah, let me fix that. No, I can fix it. Don't worry.
Okay, great.
You sit where you want to sit.
I'd like to be here, thank you.
We're going to get you.
Wonderful. Welcome to Brown Dog Gadgets Live. I am Amanda, the Education Outreach Coordinator here at Brown Dog Gadgets. Josh used my space yesterday and moved things.
It's all good.
But we're back. Behind the camera, I've got Pete helping me out.
Over here. I'm still here.
Yay! Today we are going to be making a Goblin mask, or if you look on the template, it might be called an alien mask. You know, your call. You can call it whatever you'd like. But before that, if you have not followed us on our social media platforms, please do so. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, X, and YouTube. Also, the template that you will see here today, you can find for free on browndoggadgets.com. And if you have any questions or comments during our live stream, please comment or ask in the chat. Otherwise, you can always email us at help@browndoggadgets.com. Wonderful. Before we actually jump into that too, I have one more plug to do. We have a Pathfinder Summer Institute coming up this summer where we offer a 40-hour professional development to public and charter educators in the United States. It is free for you to participate, and we send you a box of about $500 worth of great stuff, and then we take those 40 hours via Zoom and go through everything and build together. It's a great time. So it is called Circuitry and Robotics with Lego and Microbit. You can see that it's got that little half blue circle on the side there that the red arrow is pointing to. If you can't find our session, you can scroll through and find it. And you can sign up on p2url.com/pathfinders. We would love to have you. We do have a maximum, though.
Ooh.
So I highly suggest, if you are interested, apply soon. Wonderful. All right. Today we are going to make this Goblin mask. I'm going to have you switch to the overhead cam because most goblins are green, I guess. So it's green, and it would disappear. This is the one that's actually in the post that we have on our page that Natasha's wearing. I made this one for a live stream because why not? Mm-hmm. And then I taped it so it wouldn't. There we go.
Cool.
So we're going to make one of those. The first thing is you need the template. The template's pretty basic. It is just this basic template here, and it's got some eye cutouts. You don't even need those. It is just an option to make it a little fancier. You could see with this one, Natasha took it further and actually, made a whole nother layer that was a different color and
very nice.
And then added glitter glue. I do like glitter glue. It's fun stuff. On this one, I actually used glitter foam tape, or like glitter craft foam.
Craft foam sheets.
And it is actually adhesive on one side, but the adhesive wasn't strong enough for me, so I I hot glued it down. My words aren't coming together today. It's okay. So the first thing you would do is cut out your template. So I have that here. And then you can trace this onto either a stiff felt, a craft foam. You could do it on cardstock. You could truthfully flip this over and decorate it and build right onto this as well. I do like, because the cardstock that we print on is nice and heavy. So really this would stand up perfectly to building on as well. Or you can use it as a template. That is up to you. So I already traced and cut those out. So we're going to go with a nice olive green and a nice bright green.
I like that green.
Which one?
The darker olive style green. It's a good green.
And I'm going to come in with the hot glue gun and attach these little eye pieces. And it's not actually part of the circuit, so as long as you've got it so it doesn't fall off, that's really all you need. You could even just use regular Elmer's glue for that. You would just need to let it sit. Elmer's glue on felt actually works really well. It actually holds really nicely. It just doesn't dry as fast as students would like. There we go. Let me turn the hot glue gun off so Josh doesn't have a panic attack. He does not like glue guns, or at least not ones that are on.
Okay. I'm just gonna hold on. I'm just gonna mention, if hold on, does this work? Yeah, if you hear the, there's like construction going on next door, so if you're hearing a lot of weird
I love
sounds,
the image you found.
it's really loud for us, but I
It
don't
is.
know what you can hear. If you hear something, let us know. Tell us what you think it is. I mean, it's probably
that.
a guy with a giant drill, but it's okay.
Most likely.
Okay, sorry, go ahead.
I love it. If you are watching right now and you're like, oh yeah, I can hear it, or nope, I have no idea what you're talking about, tell us either way.
Yeah.
One thing I'm going to do in the directions, I think it has us poke holes at the end, so then you can put ribbon in it. However, I noticed when I was building this one that the spot I wanted the holes in was where my wires was. So I can always make the wires go around where I want the hole. So I'm going to take my hole punch and I'm going to decide where I want those holes now. I'm going to make sure I've got that space so I know. I'll have to cut that one. This hole puncher didn't want to work perfectly, and that's okay.
Sounds like they're making holes next door with
They
a giant drill.
My hole punch did not want to work perfectly on the felt, but that's all right. Easy fix. All right. Now I know where my pathways can go that won't get in the way of my ribbon when I tie it on. So the first thing I'm going to need is I need a couple LEDs. I'm going to use green because that just makes the most sense. However, you really truly could use any color. I can guarantee that there would be some students that would go for something crazy, some crazy combination. And now since we are putting these LEDs through a layer of felt, it is even more important to make sure that you're using either a safety pin or a push pin to poke holes through the felt before trying to put that LED through. The LED leg will not go through the felt on its own. And to be completely honest, even once you poke the holes, sometimes it still doesn't want to go through. So I'm going to do 2 holes, one next to the other, and I'm going to kind of wiggle it around. And I believe, based on the template shows that the positive is at the top here. So it's going inward at the top. So I am going to make sure that the positive is going towards the middle here. So on this one, I'm going to have my positive to the right. And sometimes, like I said, it still doesn't even want to go through the felt, even when you poke the holes. There we go. All right, we'll do the other side as well.
And I'm guessing you're using the stiffer felt. We usually, when we get felt, it comes in like a really soft, flexible, and then a somewhat stiffer felt.
And honestly, I think this is like a medium stiffness based on feeling Natasha's. Like she's got some really stiff felt for hers, and I think that would be even better. However, this still works.
Yeah, use whatever you got.
Yeah, but the really flimsy stuff is definitely not the best. All right, let's see, where am I? I think I lost the holes, and this one was already bent. It's going to be a special one.
Yeah, the really soft, flimsy felt, it's even hard to like cut with scissors sometimes, I feel like.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and I think that's part of why my hole puncher was having a little bit of trouble.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to try this one again. Like I said, sometimes, even though you've got the hole there, it just doesn't want to make it through. There's something restricting it. There we go. Perfect. All right, so we've got our 2 LEDs on the front, pushed all the way through. So we'll flip our project over. Now, I'm going to put the LEDs basically where I want them to go, but I'm not going to put them flat down to the felt right now. The felt is fairly porous. It's a lot more porous than a piece of paper. So it is important that we use what we call the sandwich method when applying the maker tape to the circuit. So we're going to put a layer of maker tape underneath that LED leg, then the LED leg on top, and then another layer of tape over the top of the LED leg to sandwich that LED leg in between 2 layers of tape, just to make sure it's got a really solid connection. With how porous this is and flexible, it is really important to make sure that we're using that sandwich method. So we are going to build our circuit with Maker tape. If you've never used Maker tape before, Maker tape is a nylon conductive tape. It is the far superior cousin to copper foil tape. It is just really great stuff. It doesn't break on you like copper foil tape does. You can overlap pieces and it's Z-axis conductive. It's just so much easier to use in the classroom.
I heard Josh say that it's the bee's knees.
It's the bee's knees.
But no one under 70 knows what that means, so.
It's true. All right, so I'm going to start my pathway here. You see how that hole really could get in my way, but this is perfect because I already know where I want it to go. I'm running the negative pathways first, so I can put the battery down because the positive pathways are going to go onto the top of the battery. It just makes it a little bit easier to start with my negative pathways. And like I said, you can just overlap pieces and it makes construction so easy. Different kind of construction than we were talking about.
Yeah.
All right, and then we'll put this pathway underneath this short LED leg. There we go. Now, if this mask is not your jam, like you're like, yeah, it's cool, but I don't know that my students would all want to make this mask. We actually have a bunch of different templates for different masks. So some are more girly, some are a little bit more like funny style. There's ways that you can change them. So this is just one example of a mask. You could have a bunch of different templates out and students can pick what they want to build. But it's all the same circuitry concepts on the back. So now I'm going to take a piece of tape that's just a little bit over an inch, maybe an inch to an inch and a half, and I'm going to go right over the top of that same LED leg, right over that pathway I built previously, and run my nail along the sides to make sure I've got a nice strong connection. And I'll do the same thing on the other side. There we go. Now the catch with this one is that since my LED legs are fairly close together here, we have to be careful to make sure that the Maker tape does not touch. I do not want this pathway to touch this LED leg or this pathway to touch this LED leg or the two pathways to touch at all. If they do, I will short circuit out my project and that's no fun for anyone. Before I add my battery, I need a way to hold it on to the mask. So I'm going to take about an inch worth of Maker tape and I'm going to roll it up with the sticky side facing out, just like you would the back of a poster. And I'm going to put that right on top of where those two pathways meet. And I'm going to put that battery right on top with the negative side facing down, because the negative side is now leading to the negative legs of the LED. All right, now I'm going to do the same thing with my positive LED legs. Now remember, I said I want to make sure that those pathways don't touch. So I'm going to put it up towards the top here. I'm just going to build a pathway across the top, because I want to make sure I can actually control my circuit. I don't want it on all the time, so I'm not going to have these leads straight to the battery. If I do, that's fine, it will work, but it will always be on. So I'm going to show you a little method that we're going to use to make sure that we can have it on when we're wearing it and off when we're not. All right, so we'll do the same on this side. There we go. And same thing that we did with the negative LED legs. We're going to put a piece of tape on top to use that sandwich method. Now the last thing that I need to do to complete my circuit is I'm going to make a little switch. Now in my thing here, I've got some extra pieces of felt. I'll use a piece of blue felt because it doesn't really matter. No one's going to see it. And I'm going to make a switch that when it's on the person that's wearing it, it will come in contact with the battery, and the tape that's on this switch will make that circuit complete. But when it's not on, it flaps open like this, so the circuit is open. So I'm going to take some tape, wrap it around the back side and onto the front, and cut a little tail to attach it with. Put that on top of the battery and attach it to my pathway. Now, right now, you'll see that that is not coming in contact and my LEDs are not lighting up, but when I hold it down, my LEDs light up. So it's right at the bridge of the nose, so that when you wear the mask, it comes in contact. When you take it off, it does not. If for some reason it just doesn't fit your face right, so it doesn't always come in contact when you want it to, you could always just put a little piece of tape, a little tape loop under there and hold it down and then peel it back when you're not wearing it. And the last thing we need is some ribbon. So I'm just going to cut a piece of ribbon for each side.
Is this a St. Patrick's Day mask? Because
You know, it almost looks like it could
very
be.
green.
It is very green.
Yeah. I
But
think
no,
you need to wear
St.
it.
Patrick's Day is past.
You need to wear it on the front shot, camera shot.
Oh, I definitely will
See
do
what it
that for
looks
you. With our green screen.
Yeah.
So my whole face disappears.
Just part of it.
Yeah. All right. And then since it's got ribbon on it, it's easy to just kind of tie onto someone's head and pull off easily.
Yeah.
There we go. All right.
Ooh.
I'm going to take the headphones off
Ooh.
and my glasses.
Yes.
All right. Here we go.
Oh, wow. Wow. Let's, hold on. Let me try something here. Where's our...
Oh, can I get a bow in the back? There we go.
It's not too bad.
So you can see mine is flickering a little bit. Wow, this is really special. All right, drop the green screen. Let's see what this looks like.
Well, oh, hold on. Looks like that.
There we go.
Very green. Very green.
It is very green.
Yes.
Yep.
Also,
If yours was flickering like mine was, it might be that it's just up too high to hit the bridge of the nose. The flip thing might be flipped up, or you just need that tape loop in there to have it complete the circuit or consistently.
So I was going to mention we do have this whole section for masks,
Yeah.
and there is an ebook that has
Some
all the there's
great
a video,
ideas.
all different designs, and then it kind of covers it's like how you can use those different masks to make all these different things, and it has examples and talks about the embellishments and everything else. So totally free, like everything else. Great little PDF ebook. you
Yeah,
can
show those
download.
embellishments. They're pretty cool.
Oh yeah. Let's see. Where are those?
I think it's down towards after these
Towards
templates.
the bottom. Oh yeah.
So there's the one we did
I know how to
today. Like we said, there's different shapes.
Oh, yeah.
So these are just a
Always.
bunch of different ideas for embellishments that kids could cut out of different fabric or literally cut them out of cardstock and add them to them.
Right.
It just gives them some ideas on ways to design their mask. But I guarantee they'll come up with a lot of fun ways as well.
Mhm.
So yeah, this is just one kind of mask that you could make in a selection of lots of options.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Cool.
So that is all we've got for you today. If you have not followed us on our social media platforms, please do so. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter or X, and YouTube. The template for all those masks and all of our different projects is found on browndoggadgets.com. Also, you can get our Wearable Circuits Kit and be able to make these easily at home or at school. It's got the batteries, the maker tape, LEDs. The Wearable Circuits Kit, honestly, the paper circuits kit, they all work.
Yeah.
Tomorrow we will be building Shivers the Penguin.
Yes.
He's pretty fancy. He's got a top hat and everything.
Yes, he's a fancy penguin.
He's true. And then Thursday, we have another edition of Microbit University where we will be using 2 buttons instead of 1.
You got it. And we're going to do some functions
Ooh.
and parameters to those functions. And yeah, it'll be great.
Very cool. And then just quick reminder, if you are interested in signing up for Pathfinders, you can do that by going to p2url.com/Pathfinders and finding our session, which is Circuitry and Robotics with Lego and Microbit. We would love to have you. We only have a certain amount of slots, so make sure you get signed up for that soon if you are interested. Awesome. That's all I've got for you today. We hope you'll join us next time. Have a great night.